Hey guys, hey. Um, Allergies are kicking my ass. That is the one downside. Alright, PSA. Weird way to start the vlog, but PSA. If you ever want to come to Oregon, because beautiful, lovely state. If you come like spring, summer, and you're not used to the pollen, it is high. It is a lot. Especially in the valley where I live. Like, I'm dying. I genuinely thought I was getting sick, but it's absolutely just allergies, and my nose will just like randomly leak. That sounds gross. But it's happening a lot. So, thriving. But it is Wednesday. I'm starting this vlog. I totally planned to vlog. Like, I had totally different plans for the day. I was like, I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna vlog more. I'm gonna like take them through my day. Nope. I've spent my entire day sat here. I've edited two videos, soon to be another vlog. It feels good to be like getting caught up, but at the same time, like, it's exhausting. But I'm really excited for my schedule this month. I have a lot of things to do. I have book mail, but it's still like in the mailbox, and I have to talk myself into walking outside the house to get it, but I'll try and do that for us. I've also sorted out my TBR, so that video will probably be up before this vlog. So my plan is to finish Sour Candy. I read a lot of that in the last vlog, and I have 40 pages left, and I need to clean up my TBR. I currently have, let's take a peek at my Goodreads, because this is getting a bit ridiculous. So as of right now, I'm currently in the middle of reading 14 books. One of them is Lore Olympus, and I barely started that, so like, kind of 14, but 13 books, that's kind of a lot. I have a lot of carryover from last month and April, so I'm also hoping to get to those this month, so it's just going to be a lot of reading all the time. But I have a slight structured plan for the month, so hopefully that'll work out. But I have a lot to talk about with many of those books, so we're gonna finish editing and then we will get to the books. It'll be great. So, hey guys, I've been really bad at vlogging this week, but it is now Saturday. I worked the last 2 days, and Austin was getting off work early, so we were just like having dinners. We did a game night last night and played Trails, which was fun. Took a little while to set up, but fun. As for yesterday, I finally finished Sour Candy by Keelan Patrick Burke. Sorry for my allergies. You can definitely hear that I'm a little congested, but I finished this. I gave it 4 stars. Overall, like, wow, what an eerie book. Like, it really went full circle. Like, he wrapped it all up so well. I really enjoy his writing style and how he writes horror. I don't know, like, it wasn't as scary as some of his like shorter stories in Dead Leaves, but overall like was pretty okay, like pretty eerie. It definitely like made my heart speed up a little bit every once in a while. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Oh my god. Especially the ending, where like you think it's going one way and you're like, I know there's like 6 more pages. Something big is gonna happen. Something big does happen. But you're just kind of there like, maybe there's hope. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. A little refresher on what this is in case you aren't caught up with the vlogs, which is cool. If you're into vlogs, I try to post them every Thursday. That's my new day. I used to post them Sundays, and then I'd get really behind because I'd end the vlogs so soon, so now I'm on a new like weekly schedule. And so yeah, that's what's going on with that little channel update. But as for the book, what it's about. So this is following Phil, who is just the run-of-the-mill type of man. He works at a bank. He's got a very lovely girlfriend. They're still hitting things off and having a very relaxing day off over the weekend and getting prepared for like a complete chill movie hangout day. They decide we got to get snacks because that is crucial to a good lazy day. So as he is at the grocery store picking up chocolate and so on and so forth, there is this kid and his mother in the candy aisle, specifically looking at the sour candy, and the kid is just screaming his head off. But nobody can do anything about it. Everyone's just kind of like stuck in time watching this happen. Like, they're so invested in watching it. And the manager tries to come and be like, hey, maybe you guys should leave. Your kid's kind of being disruptive. Finn, I'm telling a story. And so that's where like it all kicks off. And then through a series of very unfortunate events constantly, the kid has a lot to do with it. It's spooky, it's horror, it's eerie. That's just the best word that I can use to describe the book. It's eerie. But for what, 107 pages? Crushed it. I'm so excited to keep reading his stories. I really enjoy them. And yesterday at work, I also finished Onyx by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the second book in the Lux series. There's so many books. I don't know how long it'll take me to get to these books. They're not like high priority, but they're really fun to listen to on like a slow day at work when I'm not doing a whole lot, or even if I am doing a whole lot, but there's not like a lot of clients coming in or phone calls happening. This is the sequel to Obsidian. I think Oblivion was the 1.5, which was from the main boy's perspective. This is an interesting book. It is very reminiscent of like the 2013 to 15 era where I was on Tumblr. One Direction was up and coming. Like, it was a great part of my life, but also like some of the darkest years of my life. So it's really interesting reading books like these, and I'm like, flashbacks. But overall, it's a fun, lighthearted alien romance. The beginning of the book, definitely heavy on the cringe side. I was like, ooh, this main character. So the main character, the love interest, his name is Damon, but it's Demon. I don't like it. So Demon is the alien romance boy, and I really enjoyed his kind of like romantic character development, if you will. I think he really stepped up to the plate in that aspect, but I like that part. But yeah, cringe. He said a few lines to her that were just so utterly cringe, but the plot towards like the middle end, I was like, ooh, there's action. It's good. Like, I think Jennifer L. Armentrout, I haven't read her other series. I know she's a very large author, and I am interested in her other things, especially after watching a recent review on Kaylee's Kawaii's Corner. I'll have her link down below. But yeah, so I saw her review of From Blood and Ash, I think, and I'm even more intrigued. But I want to try and make some further progress into this Lux series before furthering into the Jennifer L. Armentrout universe. But yeah, besides cringe and action-packed, the main character, I don't remember her name, she is a blogger, and she blogs on books, and I love it because, hey, welcome to BookTube. So it's really fun, like, hearing about how many books she's reading and how she's getting arcs and all this stuff. I'm like, this is so meta. I really, like, was actually laughing behind my computer screen, like, trying to hide myself, because the way that our offices are set up, I'm here, the lobby, like, part of the lobby is here, and then, like, one of the tax preparers is across from me, so, like, we can look directly at each other. So I was kind of, like, hiding behind my keyboard, like, behind my computer monitor, just, like, when Damon is assisting her in one of her like book haul videos. It was so cute and funny, and I really appreciated that entire exchange. I really like the lighthearted romance that just is funny in 1,000% high school romance. It was really enjoyable. Although this main character is so dumb. I'm giving way more detail on this review than I thought I would. So apparently I have a lot of thoughts. But the main character, I said in my Goodreads review, she gives dumb main character energy. Like, she just does stupid, trustful, like, she's so trusting, and she just makes stupid decisions. Yeah, it definitely pushes the plot, but I was like, girl, why are you so dumb? Idiot, but it's fine. It happens. I do feel as though the ending was a little rushed. I think the build up to the ending was long for what it was, and I think Jennifer L. Armentrout, if she was ever to revisit this world, which I don't know why she would rewrite books, but if I was to rewrite it, I would make the beginning to like 3/4 mark shorter, a little more condensed. Still have the high school fluff and the training and all these things happening and the explanation, but have the last like 50 pages span to like the last 100 pages, or maybe even carry further into the next novel, because it was so interesting seeing like the weakness and seeing the underground mechanics of like what's going on basically with the government. I was really enjoying that part, but it happened so fast and wrapped up so neatly that I was like, I know the primary villain is going to carry into the next book, but I do wish that like it expanded further into what was going on. I know that's what the next book will do, but I just wanted a little bit more from it. So those are the 2 books that I read yesterday. Look at me go. It is Saturday. Tomorrow is the Literally Dead Book Club live show for Confessions, so we are for sure going to be doing that. That's big on the agenda. But I also want to finish The Picture of Dorian Gray, because I finished the book. I had like 22 minutes left, maybe the last like chapter, but I was like sleeping on and off, so now I have to restart it, and I just need this book to end, really. But outside of reading, just to catch you up, today is Saturday. I'm filming 2 videos and editing 3 videos. So we're going to be a little busy. It's going to be fine though. And then reading Confessions today for preparation of the live show tomorrow so that I can participate. I've seen only good reviews so far, so I'm really excited. But those are today's plans. I've had breakfast. I took my shower. My hair is still drying before I get ready. But yeah, that's my Saturday. That's what we're doing today. So let's get a start. I slept in late. I slept until 10:30. So like, I gotta speed round the day. Probably check in now. I'm editing my vlog, which is supposed to be uploaded like many hours ago, but still at some point today. So I'm editing this, and then I'll be reading Confessions. I've had a rough day. Sleeping in, although feels wonderful. I am a dreamer. I absolutely love vivid dreaming and just like being anywhere else than the real world where things are just great. I have a serious problem with that, and this morning, because it's the weekend, I was like, I'll just sleep in for a little bit. It's fine. I ended up sleeping in until 10:30. I haven't slept in until 10:30 for a very long time, and I've been really trying lately to wake up earlier and get better about that, and that's not what's happening. So it's thrown off my entire day. It is almost 7 p.m. I've had a really bad day. I've been really tired. I've been kind of cranky. I knocked over my drink and I got really upset about it. Like, it's just been a long day. But I got my video filmed. I'm editing this one now. I'm taking it a little bit easier. And it's 7 p.m. and I still haven't started confessions. So, Austin's bringing home dinner. He's a sweet angel. He knows I'm having a rough day, so he's bringing home Mongolian Grill, which is like one of my favorite restaurants. And we're gonna eat some food, play some video games, read as much as I can. I might have to pull an all-nighter so that I can participate in the live show at 10:30 in the morning. It's gonna be fine. That's what's going on. But I wanted to check in because I don't know how often I'll be able to check in once Austin's actually home and we're like hanging out and having food and so on and so forth. But whoo-wee. All right. Anyway, that's my check-in for you guys. I'm just editing and taking it easy today. Although I did mark off with my 2 books that I read some bingo prompts. I haven't put them in the spreadsheet yet. So yeah, I did that, which feels good. I don't know what audiobook I'm picking up yet. I think I might it's a great question, Sam. What am I gonna pick up next? Potentially The Midnight Bargain. I might start that on Monday. I wasn't supposed to read Onyx when I did. I just really wanted to read Onyx, so I did. It's fine. I enjoyed it and it was worth it, but now I don't know what my audiobook plans are. So I guess we'll chat about that when I figure that out as well. But for today, the focus is confessions. Confessions and confessions only. Hey, happy Sunday morning. It's still early. I want to say I've been awake for like an hour, but the lighting right now just isn't it. So I'll try and make this quick. But yeah, I didn't get very far. I got to page 17 last night. I did not have a good Saturday. Like, it was productive enough, but it wasn't necessarily good. And so it kind of hindered my just overall night. Really just like didn't do anything. So today my plan is to read and finish Confessions. So far, all we know is that our main character that we are following is telling the class about a milk social experiment they were doing on them, where they were giving the class milk every day, even the kids that don't like drinking it or are lactose intolerant, and tracking like who drank it and who didn't, so that they can see in the next year like what their bones are like or whatever. And then told them that she's retiring and that somehow, we don't know yet, but her husband or boyfriend at the time, they got pregnant. He tested for he got diagnosed with AIDS, and in Japan, I guess there was a really big stigma around it. It was really like not good. So he decides not to marry his girlfriend when she gets pregnant because he thinks it will be too complicated for the kid, and he cares mostly about their daughter's happiness and well-being. So he leaves them and she raises her daughter on her own, but now her daughter has died somehow. So that's all I know. I will keep reading and then hopefully finish this today, since it's like 230 pages. And then I will watch the live show and check in with you guys, and we'll go from there today, okay? Okay. Hey guys. I've not been doing great at vlogging this week, so this will probably be on the shorter side, which has pros and cons. But in more exciting news, we have a lot to talk about. So we'll start off with current reads. I read a chapter. I'm so behind. So I read the first chapter of Confessions. I was like, oh my god, 5-star book. Like, this is gonna be so good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The first chapter is simply just following the final day of this teacher's day at school. And she has the kids sit around and she's like, all right, let me tell you a story about how my daughter died. Does something so questionable. Love the morally gray character. I'm so intrigued to see where this goes. And I just haven't been reading. I haven't picked it back up. But tonight, this is the focus. This is what we're planning to read and do. This is tonight's thing. It's Tuesday, so I have tomorrow off, which is great. Awesome. Picture of Dorian Gray. I listened to this today at work until I genuinely could no more. I'm literally almost done. I think there's 23 minutes left of the audiobook. Why? Why is this book so hard to read? It's literally not even bad. Like, the first 8 chapters, miserable. Hated them. Then, like, the whole, like, painting part gets more involved, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm here for. And it's not bad, but I hated the first 8 chapters so much that I'm just like, this is a chore. This is not what I wanted. It's not as fun, but it's getting fun, and it reminds me of The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells, which I did not enjoy as much. And I'm like, don't do that to me. I had too many high hopes, but that's that. I've already unboxed these, but I haven't shared them with you guys yet. So, A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. This is a cannibal serial killer, a hot girl, unhinged summer moment, and I'm so excited. I've heard great things. It's pretty short. I'm excited. I also have Sadie and The Project by Courtney Summers. I don't know why I'm holding it that way. I believe that these are both young adult thrillers. This one following sisters and a cult. This one has a podcast element. I've heard great things about both. These are many people's 5-star favorite reads, so I'm looking forward to them. Fun fact, I'm actually planning to read all of these this month, so that's even better. And then into the packages I got today. Oh! Toothbrush heads that I forgot I ordered. But more importantly, Le Book. This is Atomic Habits written by James Clear. Tiny Habits, Remarkable Results. So basically, I went on a journey over the weekend while I wasn't vlogging very well, and decided that festival season is coming up. A girl is not comfortable in her body and is having really bad body dysmorphia lately. So I'm going to work on just my habits, my health, my wellness, my me. So with that said, I thought this book would be incredibly helpful for forming habits, but sticking to them. I can stick to a habit, all like 50 habits at the same time for a solid week, maybe 2, and then I fall off the bandwagon, don't do it ever again. 5 months later, I'm like, I guess I should wake up early. So I'm hoping that this book might have some key elements into like how to stick with it. And I'm sure the first thing it's going to say is don't try and tackle them all at once. But I'm a go big or go home, all or nothing kind of gal. So we'll see. But in even more exciting news, my book of the month. This month's selection. So here's my thing about book of the month. Is it always worth the money? No. Do I like it though? Yeah. I enjoy hearing about books I wouldn't typically hear about. It gives a lot of people the spotlight moment to get their books out there, which I think is great. I don't know the behind the scenes of like how books get selected or whatnot, but there's always been at least one book usually that I'm intrigued enough with. But sometimes there's none at all, and I'm just like, your selection sucks, but it's fine. But this month, ooh, this month I went with, Bookmarks, The Star Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. She's a little bit chunkier. I think this is the chunkiest book of the month book I've now gotten. It's like well over 450 pages. So that's exciting. What is this about, you ask? I have no idea. I just knew it was fantasy. In a world where a story is reality and illusion is truth, Luli will discover that everything, her enemy, her magic, even her own past, is not what it seems. And now she must decide who she will become. Incredible storytelling, unforgettable characters, and breathtaking adventure collide in this epic debut that will leave you spellbound. From fantasy's brightest new star, Chelsea Abdullah. Wow. I'm excited for this. I think this has promise to be good. A little white and red moment. Yeah. When will I get to this, you ask? I have no idea. But I'm very intrigued. I'm very interested. I like the design that it has. So yeah. Those are all the many books. You'll never guess what happens next. Bam, bam, bam. Reads and shopping. I've spent so much money on books lately. Primarily today, because I actually, sneak peek, no spoilers, I purchased 4 books that I'm going to read in a very special, separate vlog that I'm hoping will come out maybe like late July, early August, we'll see. And I also purchased something for this weekend, so you have to wait and see. This weekend is the 48-hour whatever-a-thon, readathon or whatever. So yeah, participating in that, I ordered a book because I've been in the mood for a specific type of book lately, but you'll hear all about that later, so I won't bore you. I'm gonna go now. What am I gonna do? I don't know yet. Probably read. I should read. I'm also really into the idea of playing The Sims again. Such a problem. I just want to play The Sims all the time now, and I don't have that kind of time. But I digress. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat my popcorn. Sit in bed. Now that I just bought us a new pillow topper, and it's so freaking comfortable. I slept so well last night. Okay. Anyway, let me go. Bye. You already know it's a good day. Hey, so it is Wednesday, June 8th. Still upset that it's June, but June 8th. I'm hanging out in stream with that Jivik stream, which I've not been to one of his streams in like 3 maybe more months. Basically since I got my job, because his streaming schedule changed. But still subscribed, so gonna use that content and hang out and stream today. At least a little bit. I also will have to blur some of this, but did myself a little shopping per usual. Don't know when they'll get here, but as always, you'll see my unboxing of it when it gets here, which is super exciting. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Oh, I didn't actually... There's one thing I was looking for. Didn't end up ordering it. Okay, anyway, I was totally supposed to upload yesterday. Totally did not. Why, you may ask? I don't have a good reason for that. I just was tired and didn't really want to edit. So we're doing that today for sure. I have a few videos to edit. Nothing that I have to necessarily film today, although if I can get one in, that'd be cool. But isn't necessary. And besides those 2 things, I think that's all that I have going on. Like, edit a couple things. I do really want to work on my rebrand for YouTube and Instagram, so that they kind of go a bit more matchy-matchy, but also just look nicer. I made my graphic for like way before I had my channel, and now I just want to upgrade it. So yeah, I don't know what today, it's already noon. I don't know what all of today will have in store, if it'll just be YouTube and social media work, or if I can squeeze other stuff in. Honestly, I have this rather large box. The mattress topper came in it, but so did a bunch of art supplies that I've ordered. So all that I want to do is scrapbook and work on my art journals. I don't know. So this is all that I want to do, is play with my new stuff, but at the same time, responsibilities, you know? But like, I'm so excited for the ideas to come, especially because I have a very exciting video that involves this little journal, probably in August, depending. I do have travel plans in August, so we will see how August goes. But yeah, I just want to play with my new art supplies, but I can't. So yeah, you could say that my shopping addiction is getting a little bit out of hand again. They're like little stickers, but like, I don't know. They're just so cool. I'm really obsessed with these things right now. So I ordered a bunch. But that means, hopefully, if everything goes well, we will have some really fun journal content soon. I ended up scrapping my 2022 book journal setup just because I was taking so long to get to it, and I don't know how. I need to like work out logistics of how to film journaling videos to make them look nicer, but I am really excited to start, especially because I have fun ideas to come. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I guess I'm gonna go because I'm just rambling about nothing. So I will check in with you guys later today for sure. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. Just ranted for so long, and then I realized that I'm not filming. But guys, I finished The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and fuck, this book is so stupid. Oh my god. Objectively, I will be giving this 3 stars. In reality, this caused me so much pain and heartbreak that it's probably like a 2.5. But I know it's me and not the book, so I'm not going to be hard on it. But this book caused me so much pain. So, do I plan to read it again in the future? I think so. I think that I would like to give it another chance, but it will be a very long time. Like, we're talking months, potentially years, before I even think to revisit this book. I don't care about rich people problems. I don't care about Dorian Gray, period. I care about this weird magic system. I care about this painting that holds the essence of his youth and life. I love the premise, but oh my god, I hate everybody. The only character I actually enjoyed in this was probably Basil. So, there's that. I did not care about Harry. Harry annoyed the fuck out of me. I didn't care what he had to say. I don't care about their relationship. I don't care about picture, like, none of it. None of it. None of it. Is Oscar Wilde a great writer? Absolutely. This book is very well written. Granted, the words are scary. I am a little pea brain, and big words are intimidating. Classics are intimidating. But I did it. It's done. No more. I'm done with it. I don't want to talk about it for a really long time. So if I don't mention it in my wrap-up, it's because I'm being very petty and I'm bitter about it. I grabbed this because I'm planning to read it now. I don't think it'll take me too terribly long because I read the first 50 pages rather quick when I picked it up last. So that's my plan for this evening, but truthfully, I'm exhausted. I'm so annoyed that I have to, like, work tomorrow. Ugh, right? But, yeah. So, I still have an edit this vlog that I'm talking to you guys about. I need to finish this book so that my thumbnail isn't, like, a total lie. And then we can finish editing and get it up tomorrow. But I'm gonna read this. And I'll either check in with you once I get to, like, the 150 page mark, or tomorrow when I finish. I'll just update. I don't know yet. We'll see how I feel. But so far, I think this could be 5 stars. I have high hopes. We will see. Good morning, friends. I am still getting ready for work today, but I wanted to check in on Confessions. Finn, stop it. I want to check in with Confessions now that I'm a little over the halfway mark. I'm on page 131 out of, I think, like 230-ish. I'm loving this. Oh, wow, am I loving this. This is so good and interesting, and it kind of reminds me a little tiny bit of For Your Own Good, but better. So much better. So the first chapter is the teacher's perspective of the mother of the daughter that died at the pool at school. And she's kind of talking to the class, being like, I know who did it. I'm not going to the police about it, but just know it's on your conscience forever. And then you're just following the days after. The next chapter is following a student, and then the third chapter is following the mom. I just love, like, sorry, my cat's now eating. I love being in these characters' heads and seeing their thought process. It's so interesting. It's so good. I'm so excited to finish this tonight after work. I'm, like, itching to get back to this. But yeah, so far I'm loving this. 5-star prediction for sure. So good. Hey, it's Friday. Still reading. Last night I got up to page 181, literally, like, stopped in the middle of a chapter. I think this might be the last chapter, but I was so tired last night that I was, like, fighting to keep my eyes open. So I was like, okay, we'll just finish it tomorrow after work. It'll be fine. I also have made my dinner. I will leave the recipe down below. It's a roasted red pepper pasta. So good. Back to this though. I love it so much. I'm now in the, like, one of the kids' heads, like, their perspective, and I'm loving it. It's so creative and good, and just the commentary, everything about it. I'm loving this. So I'm gonna eat my dinner, finish hopefully reading this, update you guys, and the vlog. Get it up later than I meant to. Sorry. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. It's really just been a lot of work and tiredness. It's been getting... Oregon weather right now is, like, not it. It's very cloudy but humid, which is not normal for Oregon. Usually we have, like, cold rain or sunshine, and, like, that's kind of it. But it's been, like, real humid, and we don't have AC, so I'm just like, ugh, all the time. It's just gross. I hate it. But anyway, that's it from me. I'll check in later. See ya. So I have officially finished Confessions by Kenne Minato. Let's just talk about it, shall we? I loved this book. I'm giving it 5 stars. Originally I put it at 4 because I was like, it's like a 4.5. And then I was like, if it's a 4.5 but I loved it so much, why is it a 4 on Goodreads and not a 5 on Goodreads? Like, round up, girl. So I did. I rounded up. because this is fantastic. My biggest issue is that it is repetitive. It's pretty short, but each chapter like restates what we've already discussed from the beginning. But Kayla during the live show made a really good note of the fact that someone like my mother, who I do 1,000% plan to give this and be like, read this book right now. So I understood once she mentioned it, I was like, oh, that's a good point. That someone that isn't a big reader, isn't someone that's on BookTube, isn't like someone reading 5+ books a month, would probably take their time reading this. My mom is the best example. She'll probably take like 2 or 3 months reading this because she's busy. She doesn't prioritize reading. So it makes sense to have like the recaps happening after each chapter, especially because the chapters are kind of long. There's only 6 chapters in this whole book. I thought the chapters read real fast though. Like I read this the first time and I got to page 54 and I was like, huh, that was nice. That went by really fast. So that was my biggest issue, but I can understand why it's not an issue for normal readers. So I rated it 5 because it was so good. This is just like a ridiculous psychological drama thriller. Like it's not too thriller-y, but there's so much happening that you're like, okay, sure. It's just, oh my god, it's so good. It just goes everywhere. It's so wild. And you never know what's going to happen at the end of each perspective. Each chapter has a different perspective of someone involved or loosely involved. And you're just sitting here like, what's the point? Why are we doing this? And then it happens and you're like, oh, okay, we're doing that. It was amazing. I thought it was so well done and written, and it was just captivating. Like I flew through this, even though I took my time this week reading it, but that was more because life got in the way. But when I picked it up, I was like, I don't want to put it down. Like my eyes are so heavy, I'm so tired, but like I just want to finish this chapter. It's so interesting. It was very well done. There is a movie written or like based off of this, and I cannot find the movie anywhere. And I literally finished the book and I was like, where can I get this movie though? And it's nowhere. It's not streaming anywhere. I couldn't find like the DVD or anything, like nothing. And I'm just like, I want it so bad. I think it'd be such a good movie. So to recap what this is about, I really don't want to give away too much. I think it's better going in with less knowledge. You want like full spoilers, like you have zero plans on ever reading this, go watch the live show on Kayla's channel, because her, Gavin, and Katie just like went in on each and every chapter, each and every plot point. It was so fun. This had such good ratings across the board in the group, like in the group book club, and it was so fun. And it's just like, it's such a fun book to talk about. So this is basically our main character, sort of, who is a teacher at a middle school, and she is giving her speech on her final day. She's retiring after the death of her daughter, and she's given this long speech to the students, and it's technically in the synopsis, like her pupils murdered her daughter, now she will have her revenge. Like that's all you need to know. It's so insane. So that's like the basis of the movie, like the movie basis of the book, and it was well done. So now I'm gonna like sprinkle into spoilers, so if you're not interested, y'all can leave. I'm not gonna go too spoilery, so watch at your own discretion, I suppose. But the first like spoiler, I'm not gonna go into why it's a spoiler, so I guess spoiler is the wrong word. The first page of this book is in the teacher's perspective, and it's talking about finishing the milk, how they were all drinking these milk cartons every day for like an experiment, sort of say, like they're all drinking this milk because it's good for them. They're gonna see how their growth compares to other students that didn't drink milk. And the entire time I was reading this first chapter, I was like, this is the milk propaganda we all went through in elementary school. Like I'm 23, so when I was in elementary school, the like Got Milk campaign was really big, and everyone had like the mustaches, and you're watching all these celebrities with milk stash. And it just gave me flashbacks to that. I was like, why? Why are we having this, like, milk propaganda that I completely forgotten about growing up? Okay. But then, like, it happens and you're like, oh. And then one thing I have to credit to this book as well, mentioning that, is the tie back to everything. Like, things that happen in the beginning of the book comes back at the end. Everything comes full circle. Like, everything has a purpose. And I love that. Because you don't think about it, and then 3 chapters later, you're like, oh, okay. Interesting. I like it. I like the ties. The other sort of spoilery thing involves, like, my personal ties to this. Besides the Got Milk campaign, I had a little bit of, like, a personal connection to one of these boys, which sounds bad, I know. I turned out okay, don't worry, but I kind of related to Shuya a little bit. No, yeah, Shuya, because his mom was, like, super abusive, can't relate, but she ended up leaving, and he has this, like, connection and tie to his mom, and she leaves and he lives with his dad. His dad remarries, has another kid. My dad, I didn't live with him. I lived with my mother, so that part was reversed, but I lived with my mom. She eventually remarried. He had kids, so I had step siblings, and then my dad, who I lost connection and ties with, also got remarried and had kids. And so I kind of related to that part of his character of, like, that just feeling of betrayal, because my dad didn't tell me when he got married until, like, he showed up. I didn't know I had a sister for the longest time. I didn't know I was gonna have a brother. Like, all these, like, really weird things happened, and I was just like, yeah, if my mom wasn't, like, the best mom ever and cared and loved me so much, like, I could have turned out way worse. Because I really related to that aspect. So I saw a lot of, like, my life in parts of this book, and I was like, man, that sure is something. Didn't see that coming, whatever, but, like, whatsoever, but it was interesting. The final 2 things that aren't spoilers, so I guess there's no spoilers. I keep mentioning that, but there's none really. I like sort of how this book handled AIDS. I learned about AIDS in 5th grade, and it started with, like, us watching a video about this boy who was born with HIV and had the medicine, so it never, like, became AIDS, and that's, like, my first exposure to learning about it. Rent is one of my favorite musicals, so hearing about it in this book was really interesting. I think this was written in 2004, but it talks about how the teacher's boyfriend has AIDS and his, like, journey behind the scenes of this book with AIDS and how that worked, but it talks about the transmission of it, and just, like, these kids lacked any knowledge of AIDS, and they were all scared of it and, like, taken aback by it when it's really not, like, that big of a deal. But back then, I get it, and, like, Japan is a very different country than America, and so I can't compare, like, my history, like, I can't compare history because I don't know what it's like over there, but the way that it's talked about is, like, it's really, like, looked down upon, society kind of outcasts you, and I really thought the conversations around that were interesting, especially because he decides to leave the mom and daughter, and so the daughter he wants the daughter to have, like, the best, happiest life she can, but the mom's kind of also outcasted because it's, like, frowned upon to be a single mother. So it was just, like, really interesting social commentary. And the last, like, technical thing I'm going to talk about was the writing. I got misdirected so many times because you don't know whose chapter you're reading. So you start out and you're like, oh, maybe it's this person, maybe it's that person, and then you learn who it is and you're like, oh, why am I getting your perspective? Or the final, like, the second to last perspective, I 1000% I thought it was chapter 2's perspective coming back around at the end, and I was like, huh, that's not what I was thinking at all. Like, I got misdirected so many times with this book. It was very well written, very well done, 5 stars. So happy I read this is the best, like, book club pick yet this year, maybe ever. Comparisons for this would probably be They Never Learn by Lane Fargo, because that has like a school revenge plot setting. Not quite the same vibes, but kind of the same vibes. Something more similar would be For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. This and They Never Learn were both literally Dead Book Club picks, and that's why I read them. But this also has a school setting, morally gray characters, sort of like revenge plot, but a little bit more morally gray. Like, these characters, you just kind of like, oh, you a bad person, you did bad things, like, intentionally. Whereas this is a little bit more like, for like thinking you're doing good, but you're not. But yeah, I would compare these two for similar-ish vibes. But that is it for this video. This was a long vlog, spanned way longer than I intended. I think it was like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So it's over. We're getting it uploaded. It's great. We're gonna start the next vlog. We're gonna start the next mini vlog. The 48-hour whatever-a-thon is this weekend, so we're doing that. I'm really excited for those books. So thanks for hanging out with me and reading this week. I hope you had a good reading week and have a even better one this coming week. I know I gotta get on that grind again because I really like sort of slacked, and so we're gonna have a little like crazy book push this week. But that's it from me. I will see you guys really soon with my next video. I've got some fun things coming up, so I hope you're enjoying and sticking around. I will see you guys really soon. Bye!